Hey guys, welcome back to my channel TLC Beauty, or if you are new, welcome. I am Tanya. I've been meaning to get on here this month, and the month of March just in general is shit. I'm filming this at 10:30 at night on a Sunday, the 29th, but I know I need to get on here and let you guys know what's been going on. A few life updates. Actually, there's like 3 things, and this month could not be going any worse. You guys know that I have Bella. Also at this moment, I have Raven, who is my mom's emotional support cat. I will get more into that as to why I have her. I've had her since Wednesday. So I knew that Mumu was getting up there in age. Her birthday is August 22nd, 2011. Great year. You know, that's when New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys toured together. And I did go with my old roommate and we had a blast. I had her mom, so a lot of people, you know, breed her, will take puppies, and we didn't think she was going to have 6 puppies. She had 3 girls and 3 boys. So 4 of them were like black with white marking on it. 3 were black with white markings, a girl and 2 boys. 1 girl looked like a Rottweiler with her markings. And then Mumu and her brother came out looking exactly alike. The only way I could tell them apart was pick them up and see which was a boy and girl. So I decided to keep Mumu. She was my, and there's going to be, fair warning, it's an emotional video. I'm going to be doing some crying. You guys may as well, I don't know. I've had her since she was conceived. She ended up becoming my service dog after I was working and involved in an armed robbery. So she just instinctively knew what to do. There's no like script. I'm not reading anything. I'm just telling you guys my emotions. And I'm so thankful and blessed. Like, she taught herself and we kind of taught each other. Yeah, you can see Bella moving in the background. I pick Raven up, but she's not very fond of being held. Raven. Raven. Yeah, no, not having it. So it worked, and I couldn't have asked for a better first service dog, better partner. We very seldom spent time apart. You guys know I was in rehab, so those 2 weeks, and I think I was in the hospital for like my knee replacement for maybe 8 or 9 days. And the rest of the time I've been with her every waking moment until, you know, the robbery. So I knew we were getting closer, you know, where, hey, it may not be much longer. I was having to make her her own food. I would boil chicken, breast tenders, get frozen peas and carrots, frozen broccoli, and I would cook, you can kind of see Raven going in and out, cook 2 cups of rice, and that was about a week's supply, and then put some chicken broth in so the rice wasn't completely dry, and she would gobble a half a bowl down twice a day. You know, her teeth were starting to fall out, so that's why I had to do that, and I was fine doing it. She would lose weight, then she would gain it back, and the last few months, it was kind of going a little bit more downhill. But the last week of February, a week before March 1st, my neighbor upstairs got a dog. And Mumu was fine. You know, she met Marley and her normal acting self, growling at her like, this is my mama, my place. And then that Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it was Tuesday night, Monday, she didn't really want to eat much. Tuesday, the same. And that was pretty much the end of her eating. So I woke up Wednesday morning and there must have been 13 or 14 decent piles of diarrhea. So I knew it was getting closer and I wasn't wanting to go anywhere. I was wanting to spend as much time with her. At that point, I did get her diapers, but we called them bikinis, and we put them on her, put panty liners in there too, so it absorbed any of the poop that she was coming out. And Saturday, I went upstairs to watch the race with my neighbor, and I come down, and she was okay. You know, I did change her diaper at that point, and we sat back on the couch. She would always sit on my left side and cuddle with me. And then, you know, cuddle on Bella, and Bella would put her head on her, and Mama would do the same with Bella. And about 9 o'clock, there was just this very strong, pungent, horrific smelling odor. And okay, well, maybe, you know, you pooped your diaper, and she didn't. And it was her. At this point, she always weighed about 22 pounds. At this point, it was like holding a newborn baby. So I think she was maybe down to between 8 and 11 pounds. So I called my mom and I said, Mom, we got to take her to the vet. And we both knew what that meant. You know, and that's why I have Bella. Not to replace her, but so I had time to train her and all of that. And the closest vet, it took us about 20 minutes to get there. It was down in Huntersville, and they were absolutely amazing. They have a room just for this purpose, and it was a zen, calming room, and it was beautiful. They even had like a little box with Hershey Kisses in it. It says one final kiss goodbye. So they took her and they got an IV started. I brought her back. I was able to hold her with her being so small, and they said, take as much time as you want and push the button when you're ready. And I didn't want her suffering anymore on the way down. She was starting to whimper a little bit in pain. So we spent about 10 or 15 minutes with her in total. And the doctor come in, and I put my hand over her heart because I was there when she took what her first heartbeat was out of the wound. I felt her kicking in her mom, and I felt her last heartbeat. So a couple days later, I had to go and pick her body up, which they put her in a box that would easily fit Bella twice. And she was inside in a bag. We brought it here to a local funeral home that does pet cremation as well. And they let us take as much time as we needed. And my neighbor was there with us. And he said a very nice prayer for her. for us, family. And I wanted to see her one more time. Wanted to make sure they gave us the right dog. And two, I wanted Bella to smell the difference, because she's been looking for her. She's never been the only dog, and she's taken it very, very rough. So I did that, and I got her back the following week because she had to thaw out anyway because she was frozen. So she's home with me now. I have a necklace with a star on it because when I look outside, there's 3 stars aligned. And I always say that that's my son's dachshund, my Bailey girl that was the pit husky, and Mumu. They're together. So it's been very emotional. And Mom's been coming over, doing some spring cleaning. We cleaned up my laundry room and decluttered stuff that I know I'm not going to use, and I got rid of boxes for moving in here, and we started getting pictures hung, and because I didn't hang anything, I didn't know if I was going to be staying here or you know, if something else better came open for me. And when Mumu passed, I decided to stay, that I was going to renew my lease because I wasn't ready to leave where she's been. And it would be best for Bella having Marley upstairs to play with. So Mom came over last Saturday. Zach brought her over before he went to work. And so she came over around 11 in the morning, and we had lunch, and we had all day until he got home a little after 10. Well, actually he got off at 10, but he didn't get here till about 10:45. So he needed to just do a few things, putting stuff back in the laundry room and moving my dad's dishes into a closet. And then they left a little after 11. Within 5 minutes, my mom was calling me, or what I thought was Mom. A lot of people, you guys have met Mom. She's picked up my makeup. She's done my makeup. She's done her makeup. And you guys want to see more of her. And right now, I wish I had done more videos with her. And she was gonna go through and look at makeup and do hers again and do mine and read all these plans. And my son was on my mom's phone, and all he said was, "Mom, we were in an accident. We're in an accident. I can't get Grandma out. Somebody please help me get my grandma out." And he had a 2019 Dodge Challenger. And he hung up the phone, which I know how they get home. So a neighbor took me and dropped me off, and all I saw was a vehicle on its roof. Thankfully, it was the other car, which was a Navigator. And I said, you know, they're like, "Who are you? Where'd you come from?" And I said, "My mom and son were in an accident. They're in a black Challenger." And they're like, "Oh, okay. The car is over here. Your son is being checked by EMT. He seems to be okay, but we're having trouble getting your mom out." So I ran as fast as I could with having my knees the way they are. And I got there, and they were using the Jaws of Life. She is on baby aspirin and a blood thinner because of having 2 heart stents. So she was losing a lot of blood. And when I peeked in to see her, because they said, you know, let her know you're here. And I told her, I said, "Mom, I'm here." And she goes, "Tanya, it hurts so bad." I said, "I know, Mom, it's okay. You're in good hands." Because we've gotten to know a lot of the firefighters. Um, all I saw was bones sticking out of her right leg by her knee. It was not Zach's fault at all. He swerved, and he had like 35 to 40 feet to react. Zach is fine. He had a bloody nose on the scene. He's got the seatbelt bruising. His left pelvis is really, really bruised. He has some bruised ribs and bruised muscles. And he did get burned like right in here on his arm from the airbag, which I saw yesterday, and pretty gnarly. But he's okay. He's feeling very, very guilty for this car accident. And, you know, because he walked away with scrapes, bruises. So they took my mom down to Charlotte, which is about a 45-minute drive, even without traffic, 30 to 45 minutes. But it's a level 1 trauma unit. So my son had a friend of his take him down. A police brought myself home and then took my son home. And I asked him, you know, is Zach in any trouble? And he said, absolutely not. The police report says he's not at fault. It's the other kid's fault. He was 26 and not a scratch on him. So Zach called me when they found out what was wrong with mom. She had multiple compression fractures of her right femur, which is basically your upper leg bone. And they at first said she broke her hip, but thankfully she didn't, her left hip. She has pelvic fractures. So Sunday morning, and Zach did get checked out there. They made him. Sunday morning, mom had surgery to fix her leg, and they didn't know if she was going to survive the surgery. So Zach's car is being held on hold in case things take a turn for the worse. She did come through surgery. I spoke with her twice on Monday. At like 3:15, I spoke with her when my son was getting his rental car, and then again at like 9 o'clock, I was on the phone actually with her brother, and I could do a 3-way call because I was on the phone with the nurse. So she got to talk to him, and I was just like, I had just gotten comfortable going to sleep, and Bella has been starting to cuddle with me because she knows that's what Moo used to do. So she's, I don't ever want to say she's taken her place, but she's doing phenomenal with stepping up to the bat and going places with me. She's amazing right now. So a little after 1, I got a phone call, and it was the hospital. And they said that my mom had flatlined for about 90 seconds. They did do chest compressions on her and got her back. So they put her on a ventilator. And they said that would be the only way at this moment that she could live. And we could talk about further options down the road. So, hang on, let me see if I can get the cat. She's right under my feet. Come on, baby. Here she is. She just doesn't like to be held. Okay, Raven. That's Raven. So she has been on a vent since early Monday morning. Zach and I immediately went down there and sat there. We got home like 5:30 in the morning. Her blood pressure was not good at all. Double digits for both. she had a slight low-grade fever, but that's expected after any surgery or trauma. So they were keeping her highly sedated with propofol, and she is on Dilaudid and fentanyl for pain. Her blood sugar was good for her. And then they called to discuss the next option for her with not being on a vent. And it's a tracheotomy, which you can Google it, but essentially it's a hole here in your throat, like that big. Some people, it's like a voice box. She's not able to speak, obviously, with that being in. She can word, like the mouth, the words, but she can't speak. They're hoping this is a temporary fix for her and that she can come off of it down the road, but it could be a permanent thing. And the only reason they had to do this is because she's got severe sleep apnea, like the worst that a lot of the doctors have ever seen, and COPD with her heart disease. So her body just wouldn't, it's not strong enough to fight everything going on with the COPD and sleep apnea. So I signed consent for that yesterday, and they did it. My uncle did fly up here yesterday, so he's staying with my son, which is good, so he's not going crazy. He's going to be helping my son make phone calls and everything this week. My son is taking time off. His manager is making him take some family leave, which is good. He still gets paid for it. I have been going crazy making phone calls because I'm the point of contact for the hospital. So I have to relay a message to everybody else then. Sorry. And we go from there. So last night when we were leaving, she did open her eyes. She got the biggest smile when she saw the three of us. She was squeezing our hands. She did get a higher fever, but she doesn't have an infection. Her surgical site looks as great as it can be for healing. Ouch, grab my toes. So that part looks good. They're running cultures on her every day to make sure she's not growing an infection somewhere. And then today a family friend came down from, God, where does he live? It's like a 2.5 hour drive. But he came down and saw her, so she knew who he was. My uncle FaceTimed a close friend of ours, and when they were hanging up, my mom mouthed the word, "I love you," to her. So she knows. She's aware of everything. And hopefully we're on the upward hill of this roller coaster, and maybe we'll plateau. Then, last Monday I did call my leasing office and let them know what happened. And they were just completely devastated. And Friday afternoon, I got a phone call from them because I said, I know it's getting time to renew my lease in June, and I'm wanting to renew it. I had some difficulties with moving in here because it's on the first floor, but I have to walk up 10 steep steps to get to it. But I've made adjustments, and things are working out. We just started hanging pictures on the wall, which I was going to do in here. Next would be getting a washer and dryer, so I don't always have to go to mom's. And she called me to say that they were not going to renew my lease. They feel that I would be better off in another community. Which mom wouldn't have been here the night of the accident if I wasn't going to stay. So there's an appeal process I'm going to be doing, because I have spent all night Friday, yesterday, and today looking at other apartments here in Mooresville, Concord, Kannapolis, Huntersville, Cornelius. Every place with my price range is on the second or third floor. And they're about 35 to 45-minute drive, which, yes, she does have a long road to recovery, but I can't be that far from her, especially now. I need to be here because she's going to be coming to a rehab center here in Mooresville, and I need to be there for her. So I'm going to try and fight it. Also, the ones that are in my price point, they're not available till, some of them not till at least February of next year. So that is my plans for tomorrow. And just getting some things done around here. I've made some, you can see like my larger shadow palettes here. I've made some changes to my space, but not a lot. I want to get back into the filming. I really do. Like, you guys saw how much I have to film and all of that. And the only thing I can think to do is try and just sit down in one day and film, or at night. You know, I can get some stuff done as well. So I'll just figure it out. I would appreciate all your thoughts and prayers that my family, with what we're going through right now, I can't promise a regular schedule at this moment. I will try to get things posted. But just keep my family in your thoughts and prayers. I'll try and do like once weekly videos where I can update you guys on what's going on. There was something else and I can't think of it. But yeah, that's it. Like, if I'm doing a full face of first impressions or a foundation wear test or something, I will also, like, if I film in the morning or afternoon, I'll also put my thoughts of how everything did down in the description box so you can see that. But I know Mom always loved hearing your comments that you guys love her and adore her. And I know if you guys could meet her in real life, it would be just the same. So it's going to be a little difficult for me with emotions, but I'll get there. So until the next video, guys, I do love each and every one of you, and I'm so blessed for my current subscribers and hopefully my future subscribers, and all the kind comments and all the love and support you guys show. It doesn't go unnoticed. But thank you in advance for any prayers from our family. We truly, truly appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the post notification bell to the right so you're notified every time I upload a video. Give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment, and I'm always answering any comments you guys leave, okay? I love each and every one of you. Thank you. Bye.